Hello everyone, my name is Marina. I'm an executive and team coach, HR consultant and a corporate trainer. I would like to speak to you today about change, as change is the only constant, as we know. And especially during this interesting period, we keep on hearing that we live in a VUCA world. What is a VUCA world? VUCA stands for those who don't know, volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous world. There is no surprise that most of the times we feel overwhelmed and sometimes lost. We lose our references. We're really kicked out of our comfort zones. So it's not really easy. It is challenging. We used to think that to really manage change effectively, we can provide some new informations backed up by science with strong references, and things will be fine. Things will go through change in a smooth way. They don't need more. But then later on, we discovered that change is mostly an emotional journey, especially when it comes to the human aspect, to the cultural aspect of change versus the technology aspect. The technology is easy. Yeah, it can be done. However, the most complex part of change is the human aspect. Because we love our comfort zone, don't we? And it's sometimes not really pleasant to be kicked out of it. However, every person has a different response styles to change. Some personalities love change. They look for it. They anticipate it. They are pioneers, leapers. They sniff where is the change and they go ahead and try it before everybody else. Think of the people who wait for the new version of the new telephone brand and they queue for being the first one of having those new devices, even though they're paying a lot of money and they don't know the real value of it. Some other people are really bridge builders. They like to wait and see, weigh the pros and cons, and really think of it and see other people who really went through the same change and wait for them to report back. And some others don't like to change at all. They're happy where they are, doing the same thing. If they have the chance, they will never ever change. So, how can we really not only survive in this huge change that we're experiencing, but also thrive? What can we do? There's plenty of theories and researches around that. Today, I chose to talk to you about the research done by Dr. Carol Dweck in her book, Mindset, The New Psychology of Success. So what is mindset? Mindset is defined as a mental attitude that will really define my outlook towards failure or success. Interesting. So, she draws a difference between people with a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And then she gives us some points and some strategies to support us to move from a fixed mindset towards a growth mindset, and to support others as leaders, to support our team, as educators, to support our students, as parents, to support our family, and as community leaders as well, to support our community. Because this change is imminent, whether on the health level, on the environmental level, on the business level, on the family level. We're experiencing change on many levels at the same time, with the e-learning, the work from home, being away from our family, the travel restrictions, a lot of things. So, what is the definition of a fixed mindset? A fixed mindset is defined that these are people with the belief that intelligence and talent are fixed. We are born with a certain amount of talent and intelligence, and that's it. I'm not able to develop it further. Whereas the people with growth mindset believe that they can do whatever they want. There's no limits. As long as they put the right effort, strategy, and get the help they need, they can achieve whatever they want with no limits. So this is the difference that she found, and this can be applied in education, in business, and in relationships. And it's a huge mindset shift. And this actually inspired me to develop a program with a fellow coach of mine. It's a series of 5 webinars. It's called The Shift. So it's an internal journey towards navigating change and really shift our perspective. Anyway, any situation can be seen from a different angles and can be seen from a different perspectives. So what if we reframe our perspective all the time and we challenge ourselves to see things differently? What if instead of resisting change and having the victim mentality, we shift and reframe and see challenges as an opportunity for learning new skills, for expanding my range, for growth, for tapping my untapped potential? What would change? What if I change my beliefs? What if I really am aware of my fear of failure, my fear of rejection? What if I become vulnerable, like Dr. Brené Brown mentioned in her research, and really show up as my authentic self? Well, I'm not good enough yet with this skill. And notice the power of yet when I use it in my sentences. So, what's keeping me from learning new skills? What's keeping me from stepping out of my comfort zone and really try something new? Probably is the fear of making mistakes, fear of failure. But you know what? There's no other way in learning. We have to make those mistakes. We have to fail. So why don't we celebrate mistakes? Why don't we normalize failure as it's the only pathway towards growth and learning? Why don't we encourage effort? Why don't we praise effort, process, and strategies rather than the outcome? So Dr. Dweck recommends that we praise the effort that the student puts in rather than the grade. Instead of telling him, wow, you're so intelligent, let me praise the effort, even if he didn't achieve a high grade. I can see the effort that you had put in. Let us teach them the joy in the struggle. You know what's interesting? They studied a brain imagery where they observed the electrical impulses of the people with the fixed mindset brains and people with the growth mindset brains. What did they find out? In front of the same challenge, the people with a fixed mindset were not really interested to move forward. They will avoid the challenge and they will invent all kinds of excuses. People with growth mindset, where their brain was on fire, they would love the struggle, they love the challenge. They will accept the mistake, they would process it, they will learn from it, and they will grow through it. So what I invite you to do is to replace self-judgment and the judgment of others by curiosity. Be curious. Encourage yourself and others to take reasonable amount of risks and see the magic. And let me know how it goes. Good luck and